Hi, my name's Aaron Killick. I'm 29 years old and I currently work for the U.S. government here in Korea. This is my 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9 MR GSR. It's imported from Japan. Got it about 3 years ago. Will be 3 years in February. 4G63, pretty well-known engine, right? It's currently completely stock, which is fine for the power I'm making. I'm at 400 foot-pounds of torque, 400 horsepower around there. Dyno should be soon, so we'll find out what the true numbers are. So how I became a car guy. I think I was always a car guy. You know, as a kid, like many other people, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit was probably my first Need for Speed. And then Underground 1, Underground 2, Carbon, the Fast and the Furious movies as well. But what made me fall in love with the Evo in specific was Tokyo Drift. And the funny thing about that is that car is kind of a sin for Evos because it's rear-wheel drive, and obviously what makes an Evo is its rally inspiration. So, but that car was really what made me fall in love with the Evo. So, like I said earlier, completely stock engine. One of the things that makes these cars so great is that the 4G63, you can push the stock engine up to actually above 400 horsepower as long as you stay below that 400 foot-pounds of torque. In addition to that, I've got pretty much the entire car built. So I've got full turbo back, I've got full intake, Plasma Man intake. The intake is Skunk 2. From there, I have a full radium fuel kit, which includes not only the fuel hanger, but an AN fuel feed line, rail, fuel pressure regulator, and then Injector Dynamics 1050Xs. With that, I have a JDC coil on plug kit running HKS level 8 heat range plugs. From there, I've got, for the turbo back, I have a Revel Medallion exhaust. It's quiet, and that's the way I like to keep it for now. Maybe once we make more power, I'll go a little bit louder, but of course, don't want to make my neighbors angry. In terms of style, right now, body is completely stock, for the exception of course, the wheels. I have WEDS SA72Rs. Those are 17, so same size, but they're 9.5. Stock was 8, so they're a bit wider. For brakes, I'm running Ferodo DS2500 and gyro disc rotors. The interior is almost completely stock. I have a little bit of Rally Art goodies in there. So I have some Rally Art pedals, which were very rare, new old stock. And I've got Rally Art shift knob. I'm in the process of actually trying to do a leather interior on my car. So I have a few Alcantara wraps on some of the original plastic parts. Favorite part is probably my Group M Ram air intake. It was more expensive than any other air intake you can get, but I think it looks absolutely sexy. My most special memory with this car is actually not even me driving it. It's the people who actually helped build my car and work on it, Voodoo Lab. Dozy, who's the mechanic there, he's also a driver instructor, and while tuning it, he wanted to show how the difference between an STI and an Evo with its AYC system goes around a corner. And he did it very fast, and it's probably my fondest memory because it's also my most scary. My favorite place to drive is probably Namsan, just because you see a decent amount of like other car guys driving around there. I've had a lot of good interactions with people. I've met people. When Namsan Library is open, I love to go up there, park, hang out with my friends. Yeah, Namsan's great. So my future goals, it's actually not to make power. My goals from the beginning were to make a nice looking engine bay and have a clean car. So just to backtrack a little bit, when I got this car, it had 92,000 kilometers on it. It was one of the cleanest Evos that I was able to find in Japan. I had my importer look at like 5 different Evos. Some had great bodies, but tons of rust underneath. This one, body's not the best, some scratches here and there, but underside, it looks brand new. So really my goals going forward are just to be OEM plus plus plus. Clean up the engine bay even more and keep it rust free, which is hard on Evos. They like to rust. Good things and bad things. Well, good things, let me start with the bad thing because I could go on all day about the good things. Bad thing would probably be the limitation of the 6-speed transmission that I currently have. So the 6-speed transmission is known to be the weak point. 5 speeds are great. For some reason, Mitsubishi decided to put the weak transmission in the more high-tier version of the Evo, which is the one I have, the MR. So if I do want to make more power, like go above 400 foot-pounds of torque, I've got to be careful because, you know, I could, if I'm dragging it, definitely I would kill the transmission. But other than that, that's like the only really bad part in my opinion. I'm sure other people, I'm sure the Subaru guys can tell me about how many other bad things there are. So good things. Good things about the Evo is, I think many people agree when they ride in the car, when they drive it. It's very much a driver's car. It's very responsive. You feel everything. And especially you feel everything once you put in harder engine mounts and you start to upgrade the suspension and whatnot. The other thing that I really love about it is the look. It looks very sharp and mean. I love the angle of the body. Even like with OEM wheels, and it still looks really fat in the back, and I like a fat ass. The real reason why I really chose this car despite my childhood love for it was the strength of the engine. When I was a kid, I didn't even know these had a 4G63. I didn't know what a 4G63 was. But a few years ago when I was shopping for cars, I was looking at S15s, I liked S15s, RX-7s. But I watched some videos by HPA tuners, and they talked about how like the most strong engines, RB26, 4G63, right? And I started to go more in depth about it. And I was like, oh, I remember now. This is the car I loved as a kid. So the strength of the engine is ultimately my biggest bragging point in my head. For the Override subscribers, I'm really glad to have this opportunity to do this interview. But one thing for the Override subscribers that drive BMWs and Minis, please, you don't have to be on my ass all the time. I get it, you drive a BMW, you drive a Mini Cooper, okay? I'm not trying to race. Other than that, stay safe, drive hard, and yeah, live fast.